This vlog did not start out the way that I had planned. My mic on my camera stopped working on day one, but I still wanted to show you what a few days in my life really looks like. The workouts, the messiness, the moments that I'm proud of, just kind of what I'm doing now that I am training for a Ragnar. And this week I'm going to take you through just a couple days of my gym workout running schedule. I'll talk a little bit about Ragnar and just how I go about life balancing work, workouts, running, cleaning, sleep, and all the fun life stuff. I am not the greatest at taking vitamins or drinking, supplementary greens. Derek likes, so he doesn't drink these little packets, but I got these at Costco. They were organic superfood or super green fruit and veggies, but they're really good. They're really tasty. It says 0 sugar, but they taste, they're a little sweet. That's probably why I like them. But I'll show you real quick what Derek loves Dr. Scholl Superfood Plus, and I will take this once in a while, but I always forget. Derek's really good about it. Anyways, I'm gonna make some lunch and have my superfood of the day. Let's just start getting ready for work. These are the best. I don't get these all the time, but I love me some Asiago bagel. Okay, it's such a nice day out today, but I kind of want to show you guys our backyard and just the plants and everything that the previous tenants had planted, and some of the updates on my garden. It's a little windy, but I want to say it's been about a month and a half since I first planted these. I have carrots, kale, lettuce, radishes, green onions, and I'm super excited. I have some tomato planters in there as well. But this is the garden that we moved into this rental, and I just love all of the beautiful flowers that were planted and the little pathway and the bushes, the trees. It's not too bad to maintain. I've been cutting some stuff back and just, mowing the lawn and keeping up, but it's a pretty low maintenance as far as the plants. So we're really excited about enjoying this when it's nice out. All right, I'm going to go hop in the shower and get ready for work. So I am a bartender, and I've been working at a casino for about a year, and I started out as a cocktail waitress, and the last 5 or 6 months I've been bartending. And it's definitely interesting if you're in the service industry, but it's a fun job. I do enjoy it. I like talking to people most of the time. And it's really challenged me in ways that are good for me. So that's what I like about it as well. And yeah, so I do that about 4 to 5 days or nights a week. And I think I said this in the beginning, but I am a night shift, swing shift worker. So I essentially start my workday in the evening and I get home pretty late. So sometimes it's hard, but we make it work. Usually I'm having dinner at work and it's just something quick that I made earlier that day, or if I didn't have time, I will eat something at work. But today is Wednesday, which means it's my Saturday, and I like cooking dinner at home on my weekends. And tonight I decided to make some mashed potatoes, some seasoned baked asparagus, and I'm also going to make some pan-seared salmon. So this recipe turned out to be really, really good. And hey, maybe I will make some more future vlogs or what I like to eat in a day. But if you're interested in getting my seasonings and spices, just drop a comment below. Good morning. Derek is at his orientation at work today, so I just woke up. It's about 10 o'clock, 10:30. Working at night, being a bartender, it's hard to get a consistent routine. And I have done a really good job at being okay with what time I wake up and go to bed because it's consistent and my body needs consistency. So anyways, it's Thursday and today I'm gonna clean up this mess because we were not good and we left the kitchen dirty last night. So I'm going to be finishing a bunch of laundry, doing the dishes, cleaning the house. Yard work was done yesterday, yay. All right, let's get started. Okay, today's turned into more of a deeper clean, but you know what? We gotta do it. So, I'm actually gonna also clean our sheets. It's time. We try to do that once a week, every 2 weeks, and it's been 3 weeks. So, I would say realistically every 2 weeks. But, you know, life just happens sometimes, and that's just the way it goes. So anyways, let's get started doing that. I have a sheet under the sheet. I forgot about that. Oh, Derek and I were just talking about how we were just gonna put, because this is a grounding sheet that we've been using and I like it so far, but it has been great. I feel like we get really good sleep, but it's been working. But we were talking about how it'd be, why don't we just put a sheet under our sheet before we go and wash the sheet that's on top so we're ready to go. I mean, I don't know if we don't sweat. I don't sweat. I don't think Derek sweats much when we are sleeping at night because we usually keep the temperatures kind of low. Well, that makes things a little bit easier. All right, so sheets are thrown in the washer. I'm gonna finish kind of tidying up our room, and then we're gonna sit down and have a little bit of coffee. So I got a lot done, and it's been like 45 minutes. I did all the dishes. There's still a few dishes in there. But cleaned in the kitchen, did my sheets, all of that in the laundry. You can probably hear it in the background is going on. Did a little bit of tidying up, cleaning just for the day. So today is technically, so it's Thursday, but it's technically Derek and my Sunday. We both have the same days off during the week, which is so nice. He's out doing, like I said before, an orientation for work. So he's gonna be out for most of the day. And I kind of wanted to talk about Ragnar a little bit. I've done a few different races. I did my first half marathon last year, and I've kind of randomly signed up for like 5Ks. I've only signed up ever for 5Ks in the past, and they've always been like just these random races that just have popped up. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go do that. I have done I think it was a Spartan race. No, I think it was a Spartan race. I can't remember the name, but it was more of an obstacle race, which was really, really fun. I would love to do that again. That was years ago though, but I'm not gonna lie, a lot of these, not a lot of them, I think all of these races I've just randomly decided to do, except this Ragnar race. Someone asked me if I could join, but I was just like, yeah, why not? Let's go for it. And I've always I guess I could consider myself a runner. I'm not like a hardcore, I do have a Strava, but I haven't used it in a while. I don't usually keep track of like how many miles I put in a week or anything. Like I've learned to work out throughout the year according to how I feel. And what I've noticed how that looks like for me is during the winter time, I usually like to slow down. I do heavy strength training, but it's more like 2 to 3 days a week. I'll do a little more yoga. I don't go outside and run as much because it's cold. But the winter time is kind of like my slow season, and I'm okay with that. Like I go out and do the family events, it's the holidays. You're a little more cozy, you're inside. And so my workouts tend to slow down during the winter season, springtime, which is right now. And I live in Washington State. Obviously, I'm not gonna tell you where, but it gets a little depressing during the winter time. And so like when it's so nice out today and when it gets sunny, it's like we're looking forward to summer. It's a little bit warmer, there's sun coming out a little bit more, so I wanna go outside more. And during the springtime is kind of when I start to ramp up doing more like HIIT workouts, strength training, running. Yeah, so that's kind of what I start to do. Like last year, I started training for the half marathon. I think I did the half marathon in April. And so my training actually started in, I think it was January, end of January, beginning of February, March, April, probably, yeah, around that time. And so I did start running in the cold and it wasn't as fun, but it was a little bit more mild last year. And then of course, when I did my half marathon, it was a beautiful day and it was just the best run. It was warmer out. And so, yeah, and then summertime is, again, it's more outdoor workouts. I like sprinting. I like doing agility, strength training, of course, but a lot of my workouts tend to be outside and we've moved around a lot. And so a lot of times I'll do, just workouts at home, or I'll go find like a playground where I'll do step ups and, pull-ups or things like that. And I work out according to where I am. And, summer, people tend to travel a lot or go on road trips or yada, yada. And yeah, I love working out in the heat. And that's just me. I don't prefer an AC gym, but because I just like to sweat. And so, and then fall, it's kind of like winter. I tend to slow down because it starts to get colder outside. So that is what I've noticed throughout the last couple of years is what my workouts turn into. And I honestly just realized it kind of reminds me of just like a menstrual cycle. And I also tend to work out differently according to my flow. And maybe I will talk about that in another video, because that's a whole different subject. So Ragnar, yeah, I'm really excited for it. Again, this is the first time I've trained for Ragnar. I didn't the first time I did it years ago, and that was not horrible, but it was bad. So I'm excited to share this with you guys, and I hope you find this interesting. I hope you follow along. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you are training for something, or if you're not training for something and you're just being healthy, doing your workouts. What kind of workouts are you doing right now? And with whatever season this is that you're watching this video, share what you found works for you below. And yeah, what next? We're gonna go do the interval run today. Yay! Well, that run felt really good. So I did intervals and it was a ladder. So kind of like a ladder. So I did a 5-minute just slow run warm up. And then we did 1 minute at mile pace, minute rest, like walking, 2 minutes at a 5K pace, 1 minute walking recovery, 3 minutes at 10K pace, 1 minute recovery, and then back down to 2 minutes, 5K pace, 1 minute recovery,
1 minute sorry, I'm tired, 1 minute at 1 mile pace, and then I just did kind of like my own interval slow jog walk recovery for the rest of the distance I had to my house. Really, really good. And so pacing, I don't really know exactly what my paces are because I haven't ran in a year. So that will be fun to kind of rediscover. So basically I ran, in my mind, was like a 9 out of a 10 for my 1 mile pace. And then I dropped it down to like a 7, an 8 for the 5K, and then like 5, 6 for the 10K pace. And that's just like effort. So that's kind of how I figured that out for myself. And then I, obviously back to down the ladder. So it doesn't have to be perfect. And as long as you push yourself, you run a little bit faster during those shorter intervals, a little bit. It's something that I think can take a little bit of time to figure out, but then that's the journey of it, right? Is figuring yourself out throughout every single one of these workouts. And sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's fun, challenging. Today was a little bit challenging for me, but it felt really good, and I'm really glad I got it done. So I'm gonna make some breakfast because I haven't had anything to eat today. If you are a night shift, swing shift worker in between, kind of like I am, you can probably relate to your body hunger cues being a little bit different. Obviously, I woke up later than probably most people. And I go to bed later than most people. So I usually don't eat until like midday or early afternoon as my first meal, but I eat enough. I eat when I'm hungry. I stop when I'm full usually. Last night I had too many cookies, which, hey, whatever. Fueled my workout for today, I guess. But I like balance. I like eating healthfully. I like eating good stuff too. And that's me, and that's what works for me. So yeah, let's make some lunch or breakfast.
This was a few days in my life, messy, meaningful, and the beginning of something new. My first week of Ragnar training is in the books, and it reminded me that we don't need perfect routines to show up for ourselves, just intention and effort. If you're in the season of starting over or finding your footing again, you're not alone. I'm right here with you. If this resonated, subscribe and follow along. There's more to come. We're just getting started.